one girlfriend versus 100 girlfriends. Stay around because we are going to discuss this and why this one may be a lot better and maybe just the thing you need. I know most of you out there, you want a girlfriend. You just want one. And you want to do stuff with her. You want to hang out in bed with her. You want to have a good life. It's exhausting dating multiple women, and you don't necessarily want that. This idea, oh, I'm the stud. I got a whole pack of girls I date, and I got a rotation, all that kind of stuff. Yeah, it can be exhausting. It can be really, really exhausting. So not every guy wants that. In fact, I would say a lot don't. So one girlfriend or 100 girlfriends, most dudes just want the one. But here's the deal. You kind of have to go to this side to get the one. I'm going to break this down into a couple points. And here's the first. When you have options, it's very attractive to a woman. If you're just dating one girl and she knows you're just dating one girl and she doesn't see you with other girls and there's no social proof that you have other girls, they want to see that you have options. This is one of the factors that makes you attractive to them. They want to see you have options. Women love social proof. They love that their friends think you're a catch. Their friends think you're hot. Their friends think, wow, Lisa did real well. Susie did real well. Amber did real well. I really like that guy she's dating. That's super important to them. That's social proof that their friend group thinks you're something. Understand that if you're just a guy without a lot of options, they're going to see that as lower. They're going to see that as less attractive. They're going to notice the absence of your social proof. So this is an important thing to consider. Am I going to date one or am I going to date 100? Am I going to have higher value if I'm just dating one woman, or am I going to have higher value if they know I got hundreds and I got choices and I can do whatever I want? And I don't need to go out with her. I don't need to go out with her, but I desire to go out with her, and that's good enough for now. This is the much more attractive person. Don't fight City Hall on this. This is just the way it is. So if you're going to just mono focus on one girl, you're going to be less attractive. The second thing to consider is oneitis, right? You're pedestalizing. She's the only one. 3 months, 6 months in, you barely know her. You're projecting all these thoughts of what you think she is. Oneitis, she's the one for me. Is that attractive to a woman? No, it's just not. You make poor decisions if you're doing that. It's too important to you, this one. You care too much. And the truth is, you're projecting. It's not the actual truth of who she is or what's going on. You're hyper-focused. You got solo tunnel visions on the one girl. And most of the time, if you're dating and you're younger, you're under 30, you don't really have enough experience to really know what you like, what behaviors are indicators of other behaviors, show her character, show what type of person she is. You can't really discover that in the first 3 months anyways. You can't really get to know that in the first 6, unless she's a blatant disaster. They kind of show that real quick. But many people, men and women included, can put up a face for 3 to 6 months. But after that, you start to see the real person. And they could be wonderful. They could be wonderful, or they could be a disaster. But if your thought is, she's the only one, I want to date this one girl, I want to make her my girlfriend, eventually she's going to be my wife. Yeah, you're going to get yourself in trouble. You're going to get your emotions crushed. And I would say, for the most part, that approach isn't going to work. It could. It could, but generally, women don't really find that attractive. They think if you have options, their friends like you, these kind of things, They find that more attractive. You're hyper focused on them. They're like, why is this guy so hyper focused on me? He doesn't know me. Why am I so important? It's like I was saying in another video. You're in the clothing store looking at clothes and you're looking at the rack and someone's on top of you the whole time. Can I help you? Can I get you something? Would you like to see that in a different color? Here, I have that on a small over here. Can I get you a dressing room? And they're on you and they're around you, and you just want to have a look and see what you like. Yeah, it's too much for them, and they're just like it would be too much for you in a clothing store if someone was hyper attentive on you like that. You want to get away from them. You're like, I don't even want to shop anymore. Well, that's how she feels. That's how your oneitis makes her feel. You gotta be more casual about things, especially in the beginning. You gotta be less hyper focused. That's why when compared to one girlfriend or 100, over here is more in your zone. Number three, the truth is a lot of men are dating from scarcity. I need, I gotta, I'm so completely sick of being alone. I just want someone to, hang out and watch a movie with. You get like this. There's a lack of abundance. There's scarcity. There's need. And these are all very unattractive to a woman. So dating one or dating 100, right? What's going to be more attractive to her? Yeah, it's not that you're dating one. Oh, I'm only dating you, Susie. It's just you forever. I've known you 3 weeks. I'm only going to date you. Let's be exclusive. Yes, it's not exciting for her. Think about it. She has no mystery anymore because you're so hyper focused on her. She knows exactly where you stand and that you care way too much. The mystery is gone. You want a successful relationship, there has to be some mystery. Guys, accept that. She doesn't like to know everything about you. She doesn't like to know where she stands all the time. She doesn't. She wants that tension. She wants to not know. Mystery and challenge. There's no challenge to you if you've got oneitis. She can see she's your whole world. She could see that. And it's very unattractive to her. It just is. You're going to fight City Hall on this? You're going to fight me on this? I'm trying to help. It's unattractive. So consider 1 or 100. Where do you want to have success, gentlemen? Oneitis, not successful. Being more relaxed and carefree because you're dating several women and you're making the best choice for you. You're seeing who's most compatible. You're getting to know them slowly. You're seeing who is the best fit for you and then making a decision. What's wrong with that? That's what we all should be doing. And number 4, really that leads us into number 4. Experience teaches us what we need to know. If you got oneitis, you're dating one girl, you only date one at a time, it's just 111. What kind of experience are you going to get? You're not. And that's why most of the people I deal with in their 40s and 50s, they don't have the emotional resilience to deal with dating, to deal with the up and down, because they just one girl and maybe they dated 2 or 3 girls their whole life. They got married and got divorced and were just alone. And then, navigating modern dating and the ups and downs, they feel lost because they haven't built up this knowledge and this emotional resilience and know, I have a lot of experience with different women. So now I understand a little bit about female nature. I understand the things I like. Do you understand? What kind of personality fits my life? What kind of woman is loyal? What someone who behaves like this will probably do, in this situation. You start to learn, and that's really, really important. The truth is, most women, I would guess, from experience and from talking and from dating, they're dating multiple guys. They're seeing what they like too. And I think that's perfectly fine. They're seeing what they like too. They're getting to know different guys and seeing who's compatible for them. Are they going to go down the road of continuing to date tons of guys? I don't know. Sure, some of them do, just like guys do that too. But others are looking for someone who's compatible with them. She might not say, she might in her brain not think that she's doing that, but she's got 5 guys she's talking to who are her friends, and they're just, yeah, we all know they're just waiting there for you to mess up, and then she's going to date them, or she's going to be hurt and need their comfort. "Oh, I'm only dating you, Charlie, but I talked to these 5, 10 guys, and I'm still on the dating app." Is she yeah. So she's dating a lot those guys, she's dating those guys. She's not gonna say that. She's gonna say, "These are my friends." She'll kinda think it in her head that these are my friends, but she's dating those guys too. So if you're the only one not dating other people, if you got oneitis and you're dating one and instead of 100, what kind of experience are you going to have? You're going to get eaten alive. Here's what happens a lot of the time. Men get really wrapped up quickly. I used to think it was the women who get wrapped up quickly, but I've learned over the decades that, yeah, men get sensitive and they fall hard and fast. They fall hard and fast. You need to slow that train down. If you get attached real fast, you got to slow down. This is where dating more than one person gives you an opportunity to slow down, to have more things to think about, to look at the bigger picture, to find someone who's compatible with you. And, women should be doing this too. Find someone who's compatible with you. Don't throw all your eggs into this one basket when you don't even know what else is in that basket. You have no idea. So I think it makes sense for men and women to both do this. And guys, if your tendency is to just single a woman out and go right for it and to just, you're making things more difficult for yourself than they have to be. Oh, I don't want to, it's not fair. I'm dating other women while I'm dating her. Yeah, she's dating other dudes. And who said that wasn't fair? It's less fair to be forced to just date one person and not really explore, what is it I like? What kind of a girl do I like? What kind of personality am I most compatible with? Does this person get along with my family? How does she interact with her family? All these things we get to discover. And if it's too important for you and you have oneitis and you have just one girlfriend, you're going to care way too much. Your tendency is going to be to care way too much. And that's going to get you in trouble. That's going to get you in trouble. So yeah, this is an exaggeration. Having one girlfriend or 100 girlfriends. The point is, while you're dating, before you settle down into one, you should date more than one to figure out what is most compatible with you, what you like, rather than just putting everything into one person you barely know. You don't know someone that 3, 6 months, even that first year. You're just kind of getting to know them. You're kind of getting to know them. As you're getting to know who you like, you decide from there who's compatible with you and who you want to pursue a relationship with in a long-term sense. Now, I realize some women, some mothers, they could be listening to this and they could be like, John's teaching all men to be players. He's a big jerk. I don't agree with what he's saying. I don't agree with what he's doing. But listen, you have fathers, you have brothers, you have cousins, you have uncles, and they're all going through this out here in the modern dating market. What do you want for them? Do you want them to find someone they're compatible with? Or you just want them to date the first woman who comes along because she was first and that's just fair? Otherwise, you're mistreating women. Is that what you want? How many of us have relatives we know they got married and right away? Yeah, it's a disaster. They only dated one person and they got married right out of high school or right out of college. Yeah, it's a disaster. We all know our families are full of that. I would think mothers, daughters, aunts, cousins, all these women would want the men in their lives that they love to find someone they're compatible with. Not just choose the first person who come along and you got to devote yourself to them because they were first in line. No, the women I know aren't like that. They want happiness for their fathers. They want happiness for their brothers. And they want them to find the right person. I think we all kind of want this for each other. And that's what this is. It's not about lying or being a player. Yeah, be upfront. I'm not dating exclusively until I find someone I'm compatible with. What's wrong with that? What's wrong with that? You don't have to have 100 girlfriends, but while you're starting to date, it's in your best interest to see what is out there so that you can find someone who's most compatible with you and have a happy life, right? I think we all want this. And I think we can all understand this. I'd love to hear your comments on what you think. So go ahead and share them. If you got something out of this video, go ahead and subscribe. And I look forward to seeing everybody in the next one.